Welcome back to Better Living. I'm here with Carson from Pamela Rose Auction Company. I'm setting up really tall because Carson's really tall and he makes me feel short. So we're going to talk about an auction of a business. And so it's not just the property that's being sold, it's the actual business.
Correct.
That's being auctioned, right?
Turnkey, yes. It's the real estate and all the equipment needed for the auto repair shop.
So this is a great opportunity for somebody that's looking to get into business, is maybe not exactly sure what they wanted to do or wants a jump start.
Definitely. They got a New Year's resolution where they want to start something new. I think this is an excellent opportunity for them.
Well, let's tell people about it. It's on Airport Highway.
Yep, Airport Highway between Bern and Westwood. He's been in business 34 years, started it himself, said it was a struggle in the beginning, as all new businesses are.
Sure.
But after 34 years, he said he's comfortable to say it does about $300,000 a year. He does tons of auto repair throughout the week and sells cars as they come in. So if he sees a car that comes in and he can take care of it and resell it, then yeah, he does that.
Just ready to retire and...
Yep, 34 years. He just had his retirement party. I actually saw him posting it on Facebook. They held it at the shop, so they did a big party there. It was last week, and now he's ready to retire and move on with it. So.
Well, good for him. Congratulations on the retirement. There's a picture of the store there. Let's talk about everything that it includes. It includes the real estate, includes all the equipment, and some of the equipment.
There's 7 lifts, vehicle lifts that you pull on. One is a drive-on lift, where the other ones are swing arms, where you pull in and swing the arms under to pick the car up. There's an alignment machine. There's all the equipment there to work on cars. Depending on who buys the place, the current employees would stay if they'd like them to. If somebody buys it and has all their own people, then if they want to stay, if they'd let them, great. If not, then they could move on to another career. So
that sounds great. I mean, that's awesome for somebody who maybe already has some sort of car repair business and is looking for another place to have it, or if you're brand new, you've got the employees too.
And you don't need the startup. Starting a business is so tough these days with all the cash you need to buy all the equipment. You're walking right in turnkey. Literally, you could go to work the following Monday.
That is outstanding. And you obviously would also have some business. I mean, there are people who have been coming to this man for years.
34 years established clientele.
They're not going to stop coming there because it's a new owner.
Yep.
That really is fantastic. So what do people need to do? We've talked about this before when Pam's been on. If it's a little different than if it's a residential auction, if it's a business auction, what do people need to do?
It's really easy. It's a $10,000 deposit for this sale, and 30 days after the auction you have to close, which will work with you on that. Really, basically, you show up to the auction. It's January 7th at 3 p.m., and the preview starts at 2. And 2 o'clock, the buyers will come to the auction. We walk them through the building. Our seller will be there to answer questions. So once we get them comfortable, they're ready to bid, we will have them fill out a bid card, give us their deposit, and then the auction starts right at 3 o'clock.
That seems, talk about turnkey.
Simple and easy,
I mean, really, talk about turnkey. $10,000. You come an hour beforehand, especially if the owner, talk about transparent and open.
Yes,
the owner's going to be there.
Auctions are very transparent.
Oh, owner's there, you can ask him questions. It sounds like a very easy way to get into business.
Yes, it's exciting to sell real estate. We do a ton. We sell real estate, commercial, residential. We do personal property, so anything that you can auction, we'll do it. We're not picky. If it's $500,000 or $10,000, we'll do them all as long as we have time.
Well, and we've talked about this a little bit when Pam's been on before, but for people who haven't seen it, why auction over listing a property?
Well, auction, it's a definitive date. You set the date and time. The seller sets his terms where it's not on the buyer. So the buyer's on a regular listing. They'll come in and tell us everything that they want to do. Well, our seller, he's retiring. It's kind of his game. We say, this is the date we're selling it. This is what's included. This is when you have to close, and this is the amount of money you need to bring. So then he knows auction day that if we have 10 bidders in there, they're all qualified buyers. They're all ready to do it today. They're not thinking about it on the fence. Maybe I want to do this in 2015. So we know everybody there that day is a qualified bidder.
So when you're selling something, if you have a definite date that you need to be out by, or perhaps if it's an estate sale, those really are reasons to auction rather than list a property.
Yes. And if you're unsure of the value, priceless art is sold at auction because the market determines the value. So, and that's instead of putting a price on it and maybe you left money on the table, maybe you priced it too high, we let the market decide the price.
Will there be a starting price for this property that's being auctioned on January 7th?
There's not. Probably, I'd say 50, 60,000 within reason. Our seller's gonna be there to confirm the final bid. He's already retired. He has no plans on coming back.
He is done. He has had his party.
Yes, he did. He already did the party. It's bittersweet for him because he's been there so long, and I'm sure he'd probably like to stop by there and say hi to the people as he can watch his business grow. So he loved it there. I mean, I could tell the day that I met with him, he was a little upset that it was over, but it's the next step in his life. He's got a nice little nest egg. He can enjoy the rest of his life and doesn't have to worry about the auto industry anymore.
It's not a bad thing to get to, you know, say goodbye to going to work every day and get
it's actually what we all come to work for.
That's exactly right. Get to enjoy that time a little bit, and he can stop in when he wants, that's for sure. Let's give people the specifics again. The auction is at the property, which is 3082 Airport Highway.
Correct. On Wednesday, January 7th. Auction starts right at 3 o'clock. The preview's at 2. I'll be there around 1:30. So if people I get people that show up right on time or even a half hour early, I'll be there. I'll let them in. They can do their full walkthrough. We'll be ready to answer questions.
Just need to come with the $10,000 and be ready to bid.
Yep.
Sounds like a great business opportunity. If you want more information, just go to Pamela Rose Auction Company's website. We'll be right back on Better Living.